Hi class, this video is to introduce the next step in your diet analysis project. A few things I want to highlight first about the journal. Remember, a lot of you did not do this in the last point. You can only include exercise or water as a recommendation if you have 3 recommendations. This is a nutrition class, and so the focus is going to be nutrition. 2, supplements, any type of fortification, anything like that is not something that can be selected. And so keep that in mind in case you were thinking that as well. The other really big feedback I have for you is you need to make sure that you are being specific in your recommendations. It is not measurable to say increase, decrease, I'm going to eat healthy. Like all of those things are very subjective terms, right? Because you could be increasing your vegetables and that means you're eating 10 a day. You could be increasing your vegetables and that means you're eating like a stalk of celery because I don't know where you're starting from, right? And so everything has to be specific. I am going to eat 3 to 5 cups of fruits and vegetables a day, and so on. Again, this diet week, I hate the term diet, but this evaluation week is really about you making kind of some big changes. You're going out on a limb, and so that's what you want to be looking for. Last but not least, as we move into the paper portion of this, I also noticed, I did not correct you because I said I would not. You need to make sure that your citations are journal articles where they conducted an experiment. I talked about that in my first video. I saw a lot of like Harvard Health, Mayo Clinic. Those opt-ed pieces are not acceptable for this paper. You need research articles where they conducted an experiment. You have a link inside your signature assignment folder right here that tells you all about what I'm looking for right here, okay? And then also, this paper does need to be APA. I am not interested in a title page, and you do not have to have a running head. What really is important, what I am looking for as far as this being APA, is that your citations are in APA format and that your reference portion is in APA format, okay? So that is what's key there. For your paper, you are going to elaborate on your problem statement along with your recommendations. So you're going to discuss this problem statement in more detail, and so keep that in mind too. If your problem statement was weak, now you're going to have to make it a little bit stronger. In addition, what you're really also focusing on is diving into that research. Okay, so here you will summarize your supporting references. You will discuss those supporting references and connect those research findings, i.e. the conclusion of those experiments, to you. And so that's important as well. For example, if I was trying to increase my calcium intake, okay, and then I looked at a study on lab rats and calcium supplements. Do you think that would be a good study to choose as I can relate it to myself? Probably not. Rats are actually really close to humans in DNA, which is why we use them a lot in studies. But calcium supplementation is really different than calcium consumption through like green cruciferous vegetables. And so you're choosing articles that relate to you. If you're pregnant, you probably want to choose articles where they looked at pregnancy and whatever it is you're looking at. They all don't have to be a perfect match, but that's what you're looking for. And you're really discussing those findings in your paper. That's why your paper is 3 pages long. You need to cite. You need to cite. So when you're discussing your research, you will never use a quote. I'm interested in what you have to say. You're learning how to synthesize what you want to say into your own language and not plagiarize. And so I'm giving you practice on learning how to do that. You will need to do this literally for the rest of your life. And so I don't want you to quote any of the studies. I want to hear what you interpret and what you have to say about them. You need to cite everything you discuss in your paper. You will lose significant points if there are no citations. You will lose significant points if there are no references. You cannot include a reference where there is not a citation in text. So a lot of times students says, well, I looked at that book or I read that website and I just didn't really talk about it here. And that's fine and dandy, but you only list a reference that matches one of your in-paper citations. Okay? And so everything I've said right now is actually outlined here, and then you will also find that in APA style, and I've given you, like I showed you before, access to the Purdue Writing Lab, and along with basics in APA. Again, you might want to also reflect back, since there were errors by quite a few people, into this document right here, which doesn't want to load apparently because I'm recording, and please make sure that you're looking back here because that will also help you moving forward. Okay? All right. I think you're going to do great on your paper, and just let me know if you have questions. Oh, your paper is not due for 2 weeks-ish, and so, but it may take you some time, so I wanted to introduce it now to make sure that you had plenty of time to do what you needed to do.